Hi guys, welcome back to Teaching with Sierra. I wanted to come to you guys today and let's just talk about what it's like to be a teacher's aide, or some of you guys may call it teacher's assistant, and some people may call it an instructional assistant. But let's talk about some of these things that might be asked in an interview when being interviewed for that position. So first, the position of being a teaching assistant, instructional assistant, or a teacher's aide come with the responsibility of having a general purpose for the classroom. A teaching assistant works alongside the teacher, the classroom teacher that is, and you provide support, you provide reinforcement through working with individual students or small groups of students. The objective of this role is to maximize the functioning of each student under the direction of the lead teacher. Some of the main job tasks, duties, and responsibilities that come along with being a teacher's assistant, a teaching aide, an instructional assistant is you're going to reinforce lessons that are presented by the classroom teacher by reinforcing material with students individually or in their groups. You're going to provide additional learning support to students where identified. You're going to develop learning programs for individual needs and adapt appropriate materials accordingly. You are going to deliver customized learning activities for students, either individually or in groups. You will monitor and support the social and emotional needs of the students. You will assist with the development of lesson plans and learning materials to meet curriculum requirements and individual student needs. You will help the teacher to prepare for lessons by getting materials ready, setting up equipment, arranging the classroom for that type of environment. You're going to assist the classroom teacher in directly observing and recording behavior. You are also going to help maintain the order in the classroom by ensuring students adhere to accepted rules and regulations that you make in the classroom. You're going to also be helping to maintain, to create displays of the students' work and other classroom displays. You're going to also assist with maintaining student records, including attendance and grades. You're also going to be assisting the classroom teacher with grading tests, correcting work, and checking homework. You'll also be doing things such as collaborating regularly with staff members, to chart the progress of each child. You're going to provide feedback to the classroom teacher on the student's progress and development. You're going to keep parents informed about their child's development and schedule. You will also assist with supervision of students in the class, between classes, and during recess. You will also help with extracurricular activities, school events, and field trips. You will also stand in for a teacher who is absent. So when talking about the teaching assistant job description, the things that come along with the education and experience piece is you have to have, and some states may vary, you need to have an associate or higher degree from an accredited college or university, and you need a valid state relevant paraprofessional certificate. You need solid understanding of child development. You need some type of knowledge of current state regulations regarding school proficiency standards, and you need experience of working with children. Some key skills and competencies that you really need to have when working with children in this job career is you need to have communication skills verbally and written. You need to have group facilitation skills. You need to have effective relationships building skills. You need to have high energy level, patience, adaptability. You need to have respect for diversity. You need to have teamwork skills, and you need to have organization and planning skills. So, all of these things come in together to play into part of this job. And you want to create a teacher resume. If you need help creating a teacher's resume, you need to look online. There are plenty of ways to get help with that, and get that together for your interview. So when you're interviewing for this position, you're going to get asked quite a few questions. So you might get asked, what makes a great lesson? Although we as teacher assistants may not typically know the answer to that and what it's like to be responsible for lesson planning, it's important to demonstrate that you can recognize the elements of a good lesson. And some of the major aspects of any lesson, is the materials, the activity, the classroom management, and, just cite your past experiences in order to let someone know. For example, when I interviewed in my district, I said it basically a great lesson plan depends on a variety of factors, but the most important one is that you want to be prepared, for when it comes to being a teacher, on knowing the material. Another question you might get asked is, how would you respond to a disruptive student? I was asked that, and I had to sit back in my chair during my interview, and I was like, wow. How would, what is a teacher's aide, teacher's assistant supposed to say or supposed to do during these times? But, a good example to say is that in most cases, I would follow the disciplinary strategy that has already been set by the teacher. And that's just that, because the teachers are the ones that really ultimately deal with that. When being asked, why do you want to be a teaching assistant? You give your take on it. It really can be brief, and you just want to express your desire to work with children and help them towards a bright future. When asked, why do you think you would be a good teaching assistant? Give some examples of things that you are, really good at, whether it's personally or whether it's things that are, that you have as far as skills. You can say that you're communicative. You can say that you're hardworking, you're good with children, you're creative, you have good leadership, you have, you have approachability, you have, just great skills. And so another question you might get asked is, why do you want to work at our school? This is a great question, because people that are interviewing you want to know, why do you want to work at our school? Give them snippets of how you might be familiar with the school. Give them values that hold you really resonant with you. Like the school might be really good in a certain area and you want to excel that area. You want to keep that area going. They might ask you to tell us about a time that you've worked with children and worked effectively with children. And so give them an example of a time you've worked with a child that, it was where the child learned something, or the child enjoyed their time, or something that, you were comfortable working with them on, because this is just stuff that they want to hear. And so you might also get asked, what teaching methods do you prefer? This is just a question that might throw you off track. And it might be, one of those questions where you're like, this is one of those trick questions. When you're working with children, teachers assistants need to, take an individualized approach with students. It's great to mention some particular methods that you've used that were successfully, but you want your answer to demonstrate that you understand that each student is different and that, you respond differently to different teaching strategies. So you might also get asked, how do you feel about working with students with special needs? Every teacher's assistant is going to eventually have to work with a child with special needs. It's very important to take this question very seriously, because you will have some type of work to do with this child with special needs, whether it's one-on-one, whether it's trying to accommodate them into a small group. But you just want to be very open to your interviewer and basically just state, like, you're an extremely patient person. You're looking to be very patient with all students, and that you want to seek to understand and help the individual needs of those students in order to find a way to work with them in a way that it fits them. But that's a really tricky question that, it's going to come about. So they're going to ask you guys probably like, what are your weaknesses as a teaching assistant? Are there any subjects that you don't like to teach? And why should we hire you over the other candidates? It's going to be mainly that ultimate question. And you have to come with a good strategy to talk about your values, your passion for teaching, and you need to leave a lasting impression on your interviewer's mind, because they're going to want to see she had a really good comeback. She had, really good things to say. She has this great work ethic that she has planned, and so forth and so forth. So these are things that can be asked in an interview, and the job description of being a teacher's assistant, it comes with a lot, but it's all worth it. Who would not want to make a child's future shine bright? So let me know in the description box if you guys have any questions of what you guys think that might be asked, and we can work on how to figure out how to answer it. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video on the teaching assistant job description. Make sure you guys subscribe down below, and make sure you guys leave a comment. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know, what process are you at with getting a teaching assistant job? What level you guys are at with school, whether it's, you're getting a certificate, whether you're getting an associate's degree, whether you're getting your bachelor's degree, whether you're getting your master's. Let me know. Thanks, guys, for watching.